What's up guys, it's Team Shift here. We have Michael here at the Liverpool Regional. He's just got top 4 with his Sky Striker deck. Do you want to explain what you played, what the cards you played were, and what the strategy was? Show us your cards.
So I played Artifact Scythe Striker, which is a go first variant of the deck. It's still very good at going second because Ray is so strong. Playing Artifact Ignition as well. You can play into boards, set the Scythe and move along from there. I did take inspiration from an Italian player. I can't remember his name to hand now. I know that he topped some form of Italian event and then proceeded to top the remote doors as well, with the remote YCS. Ever since I saw it on the first one, I started playing the deck and I feel it's really comfortable, really strong. So,
cool. Do you want to show the list?
Yeah. So we play 3 Ray and 2 Rose. I feel like it's only recently that Rose has actually been appreciated for how much it does. If people saw my Sky Striker video where I explain Rose and making the Predaplant link, like it's just super strong and like it's an extra body when you want to Zeke them, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, 2 Rose I felt was fine, cool. But the card is really good. 2 Scythe and 1 Lancia. So this is the Artifact package. I know that the Italian player didn't main Lancia. I think Lancia is really strong, especially because you can set it off of Dagda when you're popping the Dagda as well to Scythe them again. In my last round, I set Lancia in response to DP, chain Dagda, set this, pop the Lancia, pop the Dagda, bring back Scythe, summon Lancia, and then I had the Lancia throws evenly, he was under Scythe, so the card's really good. And obviously going second when this is a go first deck, it's nice to draw those few times that you can, just to weaken the enemy board. It's a good hand trap all round anyway. So
it's a bit like the DD Crow in the bird up decks. If you can search it when you need it, and other times if you draw it, great. And some matchups obviously it's just really useful.
And of course you need an artifact in deck to resolve Ignition, so it just makes that card super safe.
Cool.
Both the Destiny heroes, and that's the monster count. I believe it's 10.
Bro.
We'll go on to the spells. Goes without saying, 3 Fusion Destiny, 3 Ignition. Card is really strong. Not that I needed to today, but one thing to note, when this card is destroyed by an opponent's card, it skips their next battle phase. They need to attempt to go into the battle phase, otherwise it would sort of infinitely wait until they try and then it would stop that one. So just watch out for that. But going second, keep the Ignitions in because of IO. I side MST as well, and I keep in the Scythes and the Lancia, because the Lancia is often good to draw going second anyway. So whilst you're not playing in the Sanctums going second, if you can break the board, Dark Ruler, or just sort of Afterburn or Widow Anchor grind, you've got that Scythe set and you're scything them when they'll play less outs because they're playing go first combo, hope they can't break it. Next thing you know, you have broken it, you've set up Scythe them, Dagda, bring back the Scythe, you just sort of win the game. Artifact Ignition, really strong cards.
Cool.
3 Widow Anchor, 2 Area 0, 1 Engage, 1 Shark, 1 Hornet Drones, multi-roll, Afterburners. Area 0, if you weren't playing the artifacts, I would say play 1. Ignition pop Area 0 is really good because you set the Scythe and it's also a special summon which can help with making the Predaplant link for your DPE that can then pop the Scythe that the Ignition set. So it's just huge value. Even though I was playing go first, I did play 2 Dark Ruler No Mores. The deck can often play off of limited amount of cards anyway. We all know the strength of Ray and sort of low resources game states. So I felt like if I was playing more go first cards, I'm playing all the engine I want, so it would be sort of go first cards. But if I'm confident enough going first anyway, then I didn't feel like there was more I needed to play. So at least Dark Ruler, if you lose the dice roll, it's really strong. I did game 1 Dark Ruler in the final round. Against Swordsar, it was just nuts. Afterburners something, Zeke something, DP pop the other thing. Next thing you know, they've got nothing. And in fact, I'd set up double Scythe, so really strong. Everyone in Strikers playing this, 1 Mine, 1 Terraforming. Often you side these out, but they're just, again, good. Rota, Reborn. Now, Reborn is similar to where I said about Area 0 specialing. If you just make a Striker link with any Sky Striker and Reborn back the Striker, then that's your Predaplant already. Also Reborn targeting Baron, pop a card they control with Baron's effect every turn, and then you've got a once Omni Negate as well. Monster Reborn is super strong. It can help your boards going first, and it can also play into boards better going second. People say, why don't you just play two Shark Cannon? But Shark Cannon is only your opponent's graveyard.
Yeah.
So 1 Prosperity. I had a 40 card list. This is a 41 card list. I was like, you know what? Unless I'm against Dogmatic or Invoke, this card, I can probably resolve it. So I was like, technically making my deck 41 cards was more consistent. I just threw it in the deck, and it helps with siding as well. So yeah, onto the traps. 3 there can be only 1, 3 Sanctum, and 2 Imp. I didn't play 3 Imp because I didn't want to play 42. I know the card's strong. Its benefits traditionally were obviously like your opponent's not talenting you, but that card's not very popular anyway. At least by playing 2, it meant that the card was trap trickable, which I side. So that's why I played 2.
Cool.
Moving on to the extra deck. 3 Kagari, 3 Shizuku, 3 Hayate, 1 Kano, 1 Zeke. Access, Dagda, Anaconda, DP. There's no space to play the Salim package, especially because in order to make the Anaconda turn 1, you often have to go through quite a lot of striker links anyway, which is why we play 3 Hayate. If you are only playing 2 because you're playing the Salim package, you also need to play Veiler, which reduces your Celestial chances, isn't very good as well at the moment. That's why I only played 2 Imp, and then also you live with 1 Hayate for the rest of the entire game. So the deck just likes to put damage on board, throw out a bunch of stuff. If you get them low enough, chances are your Hayates will get you there as long as you're not dying. And if you've set up to not die, then it's sort of the amount of monsters your opponent controls is irrelevant because you're just sort of poking in for damage. Yeah, so that's the extra deck. Side deck, 3 Token Collector, 3 Droll. I wanted cards to side in where it didn't matter whether I was going first or second, because some Swordhold players will make me start thinking I've sided out the entire Artifact package, some will make me go second. So I just wanted cards that were good either way, really. So that's why I played those. I do side in the other 2 mines. I've got a 3rd Dark Ruler there, 2 MST because it triggers the artifacts, triggers Area 0. I only played this because of the artifacts. I wouldn't play it exclusively for Area 0. I'd be playing Cosmics, but definitely good with the artifacts as well. Then I played 2 D-Barrier because of the Trap Trick and Trap Trick. So Trap Trick for Sanctum, Trap Trick for D-Barrier, Trap Trick for Impermanence. The card is super versatile. Going first, this card is really strong. You're basically guaranteed your artifact engine almost going first when you have this in your deck. D-Barrier is just good against Dogmatic or Invoke. It's also when you need to draw something for Bird, especially because if you Scythe Bird and they droplets or chalice you, like your striker cards are dead. So you need more cards that say you can do stuff with monsters in the main monster zone. So that's why I played D-Barrier. So
Fantastic.
that was the list. I was really happy with it. Unfortunately, came 9th at Tamworth Regional last weekend on tiebreakers. So I was happy to top with it this weekend. I just feel it's super comfortable. It's not too bad going second, certainly not with Artifact Ignition, and going first, it's really, really strong. So,
brilliant.
yeah.
Well done, Michael. Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout outs to Joe for letting me stay in Chesterfield and travel to the event today. Shout out to Taryn for giving us a lift home when the trains were all cancelled. Shout out to Khalil for being the nicest person on the planet. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. See you later.